Hello, hello, hello. What is up? Happy Tuesday. This is Kiss the Ring, and I am back off in this thing. And y'all, listen, do y'all hear my voice? Do you hear my voice? My voice is sounding so much better because when I tell you I used it as needed and otherwise rested it today, I put that thing to rest, just like putting it on ice. It's like putting it on ice. I had to rest that thing up. So now it's getting stronger and stronger because yesterday, listen, I was trying to talk. My voice was giving me a hard time. I probably need some ice right now, but I don't think I turned that ice machine on when I came in. And I need to go turn that ice machine on because I'm realizing, like, even when I rest my voice and it bounced back and I start using it again, like yesterday, I thought it was better and then it was starting to go in and out on me and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I gotta get it. Figure something else out. Hey, y'all, happy Tuesday. Mocha is up in here. Sarah is up in here. Jaja is up in here. She said, my girl Kit. Kiss, hey, sister. Hey, sister Jaja. Tinsley Bell is up in here. Hey, Tinsley Boo. Diamond D said, hey, Kissy Poo and chat. Hey, Diamond Boo. What's up? What's up? Happy Tuesday, everybody. She said, your sounds so much better. I'm glad you gave it a rest, Boo. Listen, I had to do talking today, but I literally intentionally only talked when I had to. Intentionally. And I almost was just gonna rest off of here the whole day, try to get my voice to bounce back. And also, y'all know we got choir practice tomorrow too. So I need that thing to bounce back, you heard? But I said I come on here for a little hot little minute and everything like that. Tater Bug is up in here. Hey Tater Bug, welcome, welcome. Jaja. Rita Williams is in here. Hey Rita Boo. Lakeisha Bass, what's up, Boo? Y'all speaking to each other. She says, Sarah, hey, beautiful. Yes, indeed. Hey, everybody. Let me see. Oh, it's funny, I just got a notification that I guess she's just now starting, and it's this content creator that I follow, and she do a whole lot of cases. And I was trying to see what the notification was, and the notification says, man impregnate sister. Oh, oh, this is from Jarvis Butts calls. Oh, what is that? No, no, no. That's two. She got the separator. I'm gonna have to listen to that. Man impregnates sister and Jarvis Butts call. Wow, that's kind of crazy. I want to hear that story. Vegas is up in here. Hey, Vegas. Y'all got to log on my laptop and do a few thing. Welcome, welcome, Vegas. Boo. Maisha is in here. Hey, Maisha, what's up? My Queenie Boo is here. Hey, Queenie, my singing sister. What's up, y'all? I just came on here. Yeah, I almost like, let me see now. One second, y'all. It's like, let me not forget real quick, real quick. Oops, it jumped on me. Lady B is in here. Hey, Lady B, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. She said, let's speak now because, Lord, you ain't going to get to these comments until next week. Hey, Kiss and Chat, in store, but listening. Yes, ma'am. You see how fast I got there? Nikki G is up in here, up in here. Hey, Leslie Boo. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Y'all see how fast I'm moving today, even though it keeps jumping on me. Charge It is up in here. Hey, Charge It, what's up, sister girl? Let me see. See? No, 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 don't be on that 100. No, no, not at all. Go get it is up in here. Hey, go get her. What's up? What's up? Bama that made it in here. There go my other singing sister. Bama is up. Listen, Bama Boo, what it do? Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all something. I need y'all to listen. My girl Bama and sang. My girl Bama be blowing. And Queenie too. He said, right here and everywhere. LOL, bit nosy. Yeah, would be, because I sure would have too. Lady B said, hey, y'all can't speak individually. Let me see something real quick. Oh, wait, I don't know what I just pressed. Didn't mean to, but let me do this. There we go. Ma, she said, I am impressed. Vegas said, welcome to Kiss This Ring 2. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you so much, Vegas. Vegas is my new moderator, y'all. She's my new moderator. I still have to go into the laptop so I can give the mod stick because I don't know how to do it from the app unless anybody knows how to do it. But shout out to Vegas, my new moderator. Thank you for saying yes. And Bama Boo, I want to give you a mod stick like you had before. If you with it, if you with it. She said, she said, yes, I do sing and do be blowing. You heard me, you heard me. Nikki G said, y'all put me to sleep. We put you to sleep last night. Now we put you to sleep. My goodness. Hey, Baba Boo, Nikki G Boo. She said, yeah, she was speaking. She said, no, who? Oh, not the shade to Queenie. Not the shade to Queenie. Mm-mm. Don't be doing Queenie like that. She said, thank you. And I say, thank you. I appreciate you for doing that. Lisa Clark is up in here. She said, hey, Kiss and Chat. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Lisa Clark. Welcome. Wait, she said, wait. Bama, excuse you. I can sing. You heard me? Don't sleep on Queenie. Now, what you don't do is sleep on Queenie. Diamond said, oh geez, not the songstress. Both of them. Miss Renee, to you, she said clover honey is good for the throat and fresh ginger warm. Did Diamond make a comment about something ginger too? And did I miss it? Or did it come down there? Clover and um, what did I just say? Oh, clover honey. Oh, she's saying clover honey. So what do I do, Miss Renee, to you? Do I boil like clover? Because I have whole clover that I usually grind or when I the last time I bought clover, I accidentally bought like the big actually bought two different ones. It's the little circle, and then the other ones is the big pieces of clover that I have to grind down. So what do you do? Do you boil the clover? I don't really like ginger, but I will drink it because I put it in my lemon, my hot lemon water the other day. So I was trying to help my throat. Oh, this is the one. I thought Diamond said. She said, get some ginger chews. They are so good for your throat. Okay, I'm gonna go find some of those. I'm gonna go find some ginger chews. And then clicked on it. I think I didn't read it. Let me see. She said no more applications. We full. But it's auditions tomorrow now. It's auditions tomorrow. Okay, she said boil it. Okay. Okay. I got you. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I got some fresh lemon and some ginger to like I said, excuse me, I don't much care for ginger, but I do drink it when I don't feel good or the other day for my throat. So she said I bought the big pieces of clover and put it in hot water. Okay, okay, perfect. What I do. Y'all speaking to each other. Y'all, I saw a story. I know everybody knows about the I just came in anyway because I felt like my voice was stronger And I haven't been on today. I didn't do my morning chit chat. I didn't do any of those things. But first of all, I'm tired. Okay. I was tired. I was tired. I was tired. Okay. And then the other thing, I'm trying to get my voice back. So it seems like it's better now. And then I'll do that today. The nice cup of hot lemon water sounds good. Hold on. What am I trying to do? It's not working. It's not working. Wait, why? Okay, bro. Hey, has anybody seen Blue? Is Blue out? Has she been out here? Is she okay? Y'all? Oh, Blue is doing okay. I haven't seen her. Haven't been out here today though, but hope and I pray that Blue is doing good. What is this? Is that it's not I'm trying to oh, I'm trying to do some. But if I do that, no, I don't want the suggestions. I want it to it's not letting me it keep giving me this, which I don't want minimize you. Then give me this. Nope. I don't know what's happening. I can't do what I need to do. I was trying to drop the link, y'all, but I want to talk about damn. For some reason it's not working. But because I'm trying to drop the link. But I saw something today about the Asian stores, and I guess in some places, as the people are continuing to boycott the Asian businesses. Damn. For some reason, it won't let me drop the link. But that's what I want. That's what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about. But if I can figure out how to drop the link, and I didn't know what to call this. So since they won't let you call it nothing, y'all see how I titled it. But hold on, because I gotta do this. Now, how can I do this? No, because I don't think I could do it this way. I'm trying to figure out how to drop the link, but it's not. Usually I just click on this thing. Oops. I click on here, I click on there, I click on there. Wait, one more time. On here, click on there, and then I click on there, and I click like that. But for some reason, it's not allowing it. I don't. Oh, because it's trying to do the keyboard. Oh my gosh. I can't stand the fact that it be changing the settings on its own. Like, bro, no. No, I don't want you connected. Keyboard settings. Okay, y'all, hold on, because it automatically took me off the screen. Let me figure this out. Okay. So if I minimize it, why won't it mix with honey? They have clover honey like a tea. Oh, and sip. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I do. That's exactly what I do. I might go in there and make some while I'm on here, but for some reason I can't get rid of this keyword setting. Let me figure this out. And then when I click on this, it takes me out. Okay, let me see if I just figure. Oh, hell, that ain't it. Damn, it won't go away. Uh, Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing. Still not working. Do this. Ignore. I don't know what I really don't know what the problem is. Why it won't work? It could be because I messed up one of the keys on my keyboard, and I wonder if it is that affecting it. This is messed up. Hold on. Post a con. Nope, because it's not responding to it. I'm gonna go out and come back in because I don't know what the problem is. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back in. No, I don't. How does anybody know how to drop the link if you don't? Oh man, I sure hope so. Charge it. I sure hope so. I don't know why it's giving me a problem. I think I might have to just close the whole window and come back for some reason, y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, y'all, I made it back. Okay, that fixed it. Thank you, Jesus. Praise God. Won't he do it? Okay, boom. There we go. So the topic is actually Asian businesses are going out of business or the boycott of the Asian businesses. I haven't been on here all day. Um and I was looking at something and I saw that they have that's an ongoing thing. Love Chrissy Combos is up in here. Hey boo, welcome, welcome. She said with the eye, she said, you gonna see. Miss Cincinnati is up in here. Hey Miss Cincinnati, what's up, Roro girl? Okay, there we go. So I dropped the link. I pinned the link. If anybody wants to hit the link and have a conversation, maybe if a few people want to hit the link and we can have a conversation. How do you feel about the boycott of the Asian businesses? I just want to do, just a topic today. So, how do you feel about the boycott thing that's going on of the Asian businesses? In some cases, like people were recording and showing where businesses closed, or either that they're having less days available. One guy went on TikTok, I think it was a compilation video. But anyway, he had went to a nail shop on a Saturday and it was closed and had a sign on the door. And I'm thinking to myself, because I didn't even know that any of the nail shops had closed until I saw that. Like, for example, a nail shop, because they be off the doggone chain. And I'm thinking to myself, now I know people they're not getting their nails done. Are they? deciding we just gonna go to this place and not that place. I don't really know how they starve them out. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people that are just not going to do their nails, just like some people were never going to boycott Target. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. When the Target boycott was going on, one day I went in Target and was like, "Oh, this is real." Actually, I went in J.C. Penney's one of those days, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually real. People are really doing this." Um, and then one day, I went in Target, and the saying was true. I was like, "Oh, it's like a ghost town." What long-term effects do you think is going to have on the community? Hey, Bama, Bama. She's speaking to everybody. I meant to say. What long-term effects do you think it's gonna have? Do you think that, when it's over, that things will go back to business as usual? Or do you think it will cause some improvements? Look at something up right now. I just Googled it. See what they say. It says calls to boycott Asian owned businesses are often driven by specific, okay, civil rights and controversy. Okay, nah, in local. There's been some high profile incidents, such as when an Asian business owner posted inflammatory videos challenging the Black community to stop shopping at Asian establishments, historically sparked widespread boycott movement. Did anybody see that? Anybody see that video? I saw that video. They want to join the panel? Link is in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, Vegas. Of course, it's an acquittal in a fatal shooting of a Black youth by store owners, such as widely publicized cases involving South Carolina convenience store owner. I can't say that. Somebody Reek Child. And of course, this goes back so far in history. It's nothing new. None of this stuff is anything new under the sun. Here we go, because that's what I said. What impact do you think it'll have on the community and the businesses and the way that they do business? Opinions and perspectives on those boycotts are heavily debated across online platforms and civil rights discussions, wealth transfer and empowerment. Because one of the videos I saw, the people was saying when those buildings become available, grab them up. But the truth is, if you're just leasing and you don't own, I mean, I guess it's a start. It's a start to earn that revenue to the point that you can get to the point of ownership, but taking it back. But the thing is, but if that's the way they look at it, it goes into a different conversation. Because let's be real, businesses of all types have the areas in which they need improvement. And do you think that, of course, it would be a wealth transfer, but do you think that there would be an improvement in the way that people are treated, respected, the same with the level of disrespect that happens sometimes, being followed or not getting good service, et cetera, if it were to transfer the wealth from the Asian hands? Many activists, including religious leaders like Dr. Jamal Bryant, argue that consumer spending should be redirected to Black owned financial institutions and businesses to build substantial generational wealth within their own communities. Discussions on platforms like Reddit emphasize that the core goal is community upliftment. The counter argument and concerns some community members cause that blanket caution that blanket boycotts can unfairly punish innocent small business owners. Discussions on platforms such as Medium highlight that's targeting an entire ethnic group can create deeper community divides rather than solving the systematic issues being discussed. But how, this is my question. This is my question. Now, one thing y'all know I got questions. My question is, how could it cause a deeper community divide when you're discussing people who come into your community and run a business, but they don't stay in your community? Once they get their money from their business, they pull the gates down, close everything, cover up the windows, and then they go home to a whole different place. So I don't know if it will cause deeper community divide or division, because maybe there wouldn't be any division in the first place if it wasn't so, number one, unfairly balanced, and then number two, mm, the treatment. You know what I'm saying? Well, not because I think the theory is the one bad apple spoils the bunch. Some people come in, some people do steal and stuff like that, but it's just a difference is all I'm saying. And it shouldn't be the way that it is, because if you come in, I'm not gonna say that everybody is becoming rich, but they making a whole lot of money. mm, the black community. Hello, Lady B. Welcome to the stage.
Hello, good
Oh,
afternoon, good evening.
good, good afternoon. Good evening. Yes, yes. So I was just gonna say, like, they're making a lot of money off the black community. So you would think, and I'm not trying to say you owe nobody nothing, but I would think you'd be so much more grateful that you would treat your customers with respect. Even though there's a few amongst us that might be thieves, that happens in their own community. So, like, what is the difference and what is the disdain with the people that feeds their family? Okay, we have someone on the stage, Lady B. Let me
Um, just
switch the view.
okay,
You wanted to
real
chime in?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great topic. Change of the dynamics. The only thing that I would say is that I wish that we as African Americans would support one another. Um, with this boycott thing with the Asian community, that's what they do. They come in, they get money, tax free money. They don't have to pay any taxes. They stay over a period of time, and then they switch it out to their family members, and they go
Mm-hmm.
back to their country. You see what I'm saying? And they stay a little while, and you see different people just keep switching. And
Mm-hmm.
however, it's sad because we here in America, we have to go through so much loopholes and red tape to even get a loan or get a grant. And we right here, but people can come from different soil and they could just give it to them just on a platter. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it'd be if we as African Americans wouldn't be crab in the buckets. You understand what I'm saying? And support one
Mm-hmm.
another, and you got to give good customer service because of our culture. We think that when we see people, everybody is from the hood, or everybody got to have this slang. No, you have if you treat these people a certain way, then you got to treat us the same way. You can't expect because we the same complex that you got to use that lingo all the time. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's because it's a lot of my grandbaby. She's getting ready to graduate next year, and she wants to go into the field of cosmetology, doing the hair and the nails, etc., etc. But it's all in customer service. You gotta be business minded. You have to present yourself a certain way when you're dealing with business, and you can't shortchange your customer. You can't overcharge people. You can't undercut yourself at the same time. So I remember it was used to be what Black Wall Street at one time. We need to
Mm-hmm.
get it back to that. Yeah, we need to get it back to that. Put our money back in our communities, because you got a lot of these people coming in our communities and they treat us like shit. Excuse my language. And then they take our money and they go on and live off the cat of the land, and we sit back struggling because we trying to keep up an image.
And that's one of the things I was just saying too. The fact that when they say it might cause a division within the community, and that was just
Mhm.
something from Google that I was reading. And I'm like, how? Because they come in. work in the community, that's where their businesses are. They expect them to be safe and untouched in their absence, but they go and live amongst people like them. And then
Right.
they come back to the community to do their business, and that's how that works. So they're only taking, they're not even giving back within the same
Nope.
community.
Absolutely. Yep. But that's my
Fortunate.
little 2 cents. That's my little 2 cents. I gotta take care of some home duties right now, but I'm still listening in. I just wanted to get mine out right quick. I just got back
Okay.
in.
Well,
All
thank you
right,
so much.
love.
I appreciate you hitting the
You're
panel and
welcome.
chiming
Yes,
in.
ma'am.
Okay. Have a good
Okay.
evening. We'll see you in the
You
chat.
too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Was Lady B, everyone. She hit that link and chimed in her perspective. And very wise words spoken. It is unfortunate, it is an unfortunate situation that it has to be this way. And even to the point that in order to be heard, recognized, even some level of respect, boycott had to happen. It shouldn't have came to it shouldn't I think it shouldn't have had to come to that extreme. But I just don't think anything was going to change. Yes, Vegas said, thank you for coming up. Yes, Lady B, thank you so much for coming up. Definitely appreciate that. If anybody else wants to chime in, please don't be afraid to hit that link. Vegas said if African Americans are boycotting, the reason could be related to a specific issue or experience, including concerns about treatment, fairness, and discrimination. It depends on the situation. Exactly. Exactly. Some of it is about the wealth balance, but it's when it comes to like Target, for example, JC Penney's, it probably was more of a wealth balance and also the whole DEI thing that was happening. But when it comes to the Asian beauty supplies, or whatever Asian businesses, because we got nails, we got beauty supplies, we got what dry cleaners, we got all those kind of things that they have typically within black communities. They probably have them in all like different communities across the board, but they do make a significant amount of money off of the black community. And I feel like the least they could do is be respectful. You know what I mean? If you look at, for example, like regardless of the ethnicity of the people that run the business, like I was saying before, like you get a lot of you, not a lot, but you get some of any of those that you could experience like poor treatment in. I think the difference is when you walk in an Asian business, you literally don't know how it's going to go. You know them. If you're familiar with them, you might have a better experience of them, but there's still some kind of funny moving that be happening and the language, right in front of you. So you don't even know what's being said because you standing there and it's bound down down. You know what I mean? And you like, what are you saying? Watch her. She looking at the hair, something about your feet. You never know what it is. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's many reasons that this boycott is happening and also why it's so necessary. Oh, and Bama said, I ain't gonna hold you. The Asians and Chinese are the same to me. I know. She said, I don't know any differences. They say they can look and tell the difference. I think some people can. Caitlin said, hey, what's up, Caitlin? Agreed 100%. Vegas said, because of history of lending, discrimination, wealth gaps, and unequal access to financial opportunities. Bingo. Bingo. Because a lot of people, when they talk about those kind of things, when it comes to businesses, when it comes to anything where we own land, homes, um, businesses that were started, and all those things. In history, for the longest time, they wouldn't give our culture those loans. Everybody else could get those loans. We couldn't get those loans. And those individuals that got those loans mostly could not have started the businesses that they did without that extra little boost or the homes that they have. Obviously you need a loan from the bank to get a home, and we know about redlining and stuff like that. So going back in history, we've been boxed out. And then on top of it, also what Lady V mentioned, as far as like them transferring of the businesses. Last I knew it was 5 years. It could have been updated, so I'm not gonna go. I should actually look that up right now. But the last I knew it was 5 years. So I'm gonna use that as an example. For example, they come over, they get 5 years tax free. So they got the business in their name. And then when that 5 years is almost up, then they transfer it to a relative, and then the relative is the owner and gets that business for 5 years, and they just keep moving it through the family like that. If you are in the same community, or if you go to the same businesses, we notice, right? Ever so often they shift. You see new people in there, you see the old ones gone, or whatever. They putting it in different names, they putting each other on. Sometimes they even have issues how they stick, because Lady B also mentioned sticking together. I'm gonna tell you a story. I had this lady that did my eyebrows for the longest time. She was Asian, she was really good, so, and she was really cheap. Everybody was starting to go to these Hollywood celebrity prices, and she kept hers super cheap. Now, she did end up putting a sign up where she raised the price, and even when she raised the price, it was still super cheap. But if you had been a long-term customer for the longest time, she still charged you the cheaper price. Like me, I'd give her I'd give her my money and she'd give me change like I was paying the other price. You tip her. Sometimes she, no, 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 you good or whatever. Like that. She was real fair with it. But this Asian lady, she had start when she started out at the first place, she was doing eyebrows in the business. I said it was her business, but it wasn't. She just had a chair doing waxing. I said eyebrows, but it was actually waxing. So anything you wanted waxed, but I was getting my eyebrows waxed. And it was her relative that had it, and it was like a nail shop. The place next, I take that back. I'm saying this all wrong. She had a chair, and then they had two chairs where they did hair. Then the business next door became available, and they were able to get the business next door and had them blow the wall out. And then her daughter had went to school to do nails, so her daughter was doing nails and running the nail side on the other side. Then she brought a relative in to work there. Her and the relative had a split and decided they couldn't work there anymore. Now, I had been coming to her for so long, so I sit in the chair, and I could start going to her relative too, because she ended up telling me she was down the street. They fell out because the relative was trying to take over, so the relative got a business down the street. But even though they had fell out, and she said her relative was trying to take over, she still put her on how to do her own thing and get her own business. So now her relative is right down the street, and they're offering the same services: eyebrow wax, or I mean waxing, nails. No, okay, that's it. Because she did end up she did the same thing. That's how she started: eyebrows and nails. So a little different, the relative. And then the suite next door became available. She had them blow the wall out, and then she got them hair on the other side. So that's what they had. And literally, they were both right there. And so they were sticking together was the point too, because they helped each other. And then ever so often you see it shift, because the one that was doing the eyebrows, then the next thing you know, she was the owner. Then after so many years, when she was able to get that other side, her daughter was in there. So you know what I mean? And then going down the street, that lady was her cousin. The cousin had the business. Then the cousin was still doing eyebrows, but here come this other lady, and every time you turn around, they rotate them out, and that's kind of how they do. That's how they do. That's how they move, but they keep it tax free. You know what I mean? And they get that break. We don't get those kind of breaks, but they're making the money off of our community. And at the end of the day, a lot of times you don't even get the respect that you are due. the fair treatment, you know what I mean? Even the fair prices. Anybody ever experienced where, you thought it was going to be however much and it might have scanned or you got charged a different price or whatever? If you're going to come up and make all your money off of whatever community, I feel like the least you could do is treat them like they bread your butter. You know what I'm saying? She said, "Oh, okay." So Maydale is up in here, up in here. Hey, Maydale, I feel like I went up, didn't I? Okay. Vegas was saying, I agree. Wait. Oh, she said, every race receives reparations except African Americans, the Holocaust, Pearl Harbor, American Indians, etc. It's true. And you know what, Miss Renee, to you, how do you feel about that? Do you feel that they're still, it's still old? Do you think that it's still old? And then, if so, what would you say? 40 acres and a mule? Or, hmm, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Because the 40 acres, if they were given out now, they'd be gone. But had they been given out back then, look at where we would be. Even look back in history way back then. You had African Americans that acquired land and became sharecroppers and things like that, and taxes were being added, and all these new things were being created, to kind of land people culturally in certain positions. In some cases, their stuff was just flat out taken from them and they were cheated. While you have other cultures get what they always say, not all, but some, don't look for a handout, but your ancestors got a handout, you got a leg up. Some of you guys are still getting a handout and a leg up, and it went the the treatment wasn't right based off of who you're making your money off of. You know what I'm saying? So if they can get a leg up, then why can't African Americans get one or should have? Vegas said, "Thank you for translation." He said, "I'll know what's being said." She said, "If I hear any BS, I'm getting up and leaving." Man, she said, "I would like to chime in. All ethnicity make money off the Black community. That is a fact. But they do not support none of us. And our own people don't neither. Those are the curses of being a slave." That right there. That right there. Because it be that crab in a barrel the stuff. It be that, you know what I'm saying? Like Lady B would say, I think the was Lady B that just said that, you know how you they be showing off or whatever. And you ain't gotta do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also the thing about it is in reality, the brands and things, okay, well, I made this, now I gotta go and wear this and do this, that, and the third. Some people gonna do it, yes, they gonna do it. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, if you make your bag and then you go buy that bag, you're just making their bag bigger instead of supporting a designer of your own ethnicity, like a lot of other ethnicities do. Let me see. I need some water. Mouth be getting dry. Is absolutely the curse of being a slave. That's exactly why I always be saying ancestors, because it literally comes down the line. And it's unfortunate. It's this mindset. It's this mindset that's not has not yet been undone. There was this lady, it must have been my last channel because I haven't seen her videos in such a long time. It actually funny because it was an Asian lady, but she used to do the history of different things, short little snippets of the history of insert whatever. She did the history of being a server. Learned from her video that the history of being a server, it turned out that the when African Americans were looking for jobs, the companies would not hire them. Let's say, for example, they try to go get a job in a restaurant. They would only hire them as a server, no other position. So the pay for a server is less than minimum wage, and then you make tips. Everyone else is making at least minimum wage or more. And they all were only hiring African Americans as servers. And so, and that's what she said. And as I say that in my mind, I'm thinking probably cooks as well, because I mean, come on, right? Um, had to be. But anyway, so therefore, if you think about it, if you don't get tipped, then you make a lesser amount of money. And at the time, tipping wasn't going to be super generous. And a lot of times they would not get tipped. So they make that smaller amount of money and they didn't get those tips. And so therefore the way they were living as well, of course, it's going to match up to how much you're earning. And it was one of those, you could say, a job kind of red line thing that happened. Even like she also talked about like Chinese restaurants. She said at that point in time, around that same time in history, when all those Chinese restaurants started like popping up, and the reason that they're everywhere is because when Asians would go and ask the bank for a loan, unless they were trying to open up a restaurant, they would not give them a loan. So they just started going and getting loans and open up restaurants. That's how that happened. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Vegas said, thank God for iPhone translation. She said, I'll know oh, if I hear oh my good out them nail shots. Listen, keep hearing everybody talk about this translation. And the last time I was in the net, because I never used it in there. I tried one time, I was trying to do something on my phone. I was like, I don't think this is the right app. I don't think this is the right app. I downloaded an app. Ooh, I was trying to do the translation. It didn't seem like they were saying anything too tough, too horrible, or anything. They were very, very nice. They spoke very good English, accent not too thick, easy to understand, or whatever. And you know what? Interesting about this conversation. I'm about to tell you about the owner. Excuse me. But they kept switching over and speaking their language. And I just wanted to know what they were saying. And I was like, man, I don't think I'm getting this translation thing. So I kind of left it alone. But in the case of that owner of that nail shop, her and her sister both owned nail shops. And her dad opened up the nail shop. And then the mom worked in there. And then in her case, she said that her dad had owned, he just opened the business and kept the business. And then the business got transferred to her, and her sister had her own nail shop. And oh, and it was this other restaurant. Well, it's not really a, I guess it is a restaurant. They sell all kind of stuff. You know them little Asian things you see on TikTok and everything. They got that kind of stuff in there. They got the boba drinks, and then they got food that you can order or whatever. But it's not like Asian food. It's a, you could get like little treats, I guess you can say, or you can order other like regular stuff. You might go order a burger or fries or whatever. I went in there because I wanted to try this other Asian lady that they were talking about in English. They were talking about her place is not that great. I went in there, and I by chance I had just went in there a few weeks prior, and I went in there because I saw the little sign with all them little things you be seeing on TikTok, and I wanted to try the them little ice cream, the little funny shaped ice cream that everybody be like, oh, when they bite into it and they got the thing in the middle. And I'm like, okay, I want to try them. And I went in there. I thought I was gonna in there. I thought I was gonna get a bunch of stuff, macaroon cookies and everything, but it was so overpriced. Boba, a drink, and all that. I was about to order that, but I just got an ice cream, and I think I got some Dubai chocolate or whatever. The little ice cream thing, the real small mango shaped one was almost $20. So I was like, okay, that's good. I don't need a whole much stuff out of here. I said, okay, I'll come back next time and try the boba drink. But I went to the nail shop and they were like, her boba drink not. and not that good. Then they mention somebody else, and I'm like, they like go there. But anyway, but still, they all had their own business or whatever, and they are like tight knit within their community that they all knew each other, and it's probably because they come this area to get their money and then they go back and they live amongst each other in a community kind of setting, so their money goes out of the community they're making the money in the black community back to wherever it is that they live, and they treat their areas much nicer. If you've ever been in their areas, a Chinatown or any of those kind of things, versus their businesses in the black community, sometimes it's not even that the outside of the building. It's like, do you clean it? Do you keep the sidewalk power wash? Like, what's going on here? Beverly is up in here. Hey, Beverly, welcome, welcome. We are talking about the boycott that is going on with Asian businesses, and the impact that it's having on their businesses. And what do you think the future impact will be on how they operate within the black community? Um, do you think that it's a good idea only for the purpose of like the transition of the wealth gap, or other reasons? Do you think that they're going to change their behavior? Like, will they start to be more respectful, or and other things, hire more people from within the community, within their business? Because that's the other thing. In some stores, you will see that, whether it's the nail shop or whatever it is. Mm, Personally, the nail shop I went to the very last time I got my nails done at the actual shop, her employees were diverse, which to me is important. Like, I don't care if you hire all your own people, but at the end of the day, your nail shop is not in the community you live in. So I want to see you give opportunities to some of the people that live within the community to conveniently work there and do nails as well. You know what I mean? That's the other thing. They can go get a license. Some of them are very skilled, and so why not in the beauty supply, in the nail shop, in the restaurant, and not just as a server or a cook? Why can't they be a manager or the head of the front of the house, or et cetera, et cetera? So y'all chime in, let me know what y'all think about that. Vegas said, she said, I love this topic. She said, it's educational, no, and informative. Thank you for sharing. I was just looking, I saw a video and I was like, you know what? I was like, I think I just want to talk about that today. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I'm glad that y'all like it. Rita Williams said, Kiss is by design and is. But you know what I want to know, Rita? When do we change it? We are doing something. There was a boycott, on Target. Like I said, JC Penney's, there's been other ones. But here's my question too. Y'all listen, over here, we do questions. Over here, we do clarity. Let me give y'all a blanket statement. If you're triggered by questions, this might not be the place for you, because we do questions and we do clarity. And then from the questions, we have a conversation and we gain understanding, or we just share our points of view. So y'all know I got questions, and I know y'all got questions too. Y'all know I got questions too. My question this time is, when do we undo this design? Like, I know what happened, and it's definitely not cool that they got so many hundreds of years of head start. But when do we flip it? Because, see, there's some areas where I see and I go, that sister flipped it. That brother flipped it. And then when I dig into it, I go, no, they didn't. Because you know how you flip it? You flip it when you take it back. If you go under their umbrella, you didn't flip it. You flip it and you still feeding them. You don't need them. It might be a little harder. It might be a little rougher. It might be a little tougher. It might take you a little longer. But you can never change the game if you feed what starved your people out. Come on now. Come on. When do we recognize the design and do something different? We have such a hard time sticking together. And unfortunately, sometimes it's the right answer because a lot of times we can't even trust each other because of the way we move with each other. But how long does it take us to change it? You know what I mean? Like, even going, let's say, going into the nail shop, this one is treating you, and then the other one is in there trying to play up to it. Like you can't stand on what you standing on if there's a situation or how they stand together. I'm gonna give y'all another example. And y'all chime in with things that y'all have seen as well. Y'all know now I'm full of examples now that that's gonna happen as well. Let me tell y'all an example. One thing I saw actually in a beauty supply store that I never returned to in the hood. And then another thing that I saw online at a nail shop. It was somebody uploaded a video on one of these social media sites, and whoever was getting their nails done got into a fight with the nail tech. Now, from the video, the nail tech was wrong. The nail tech was wrong, and the lady was getting mad. And the nail tech got all froggy with her and started talking in a different language. And the lady was, she jumped up off the thing that she was sitting on, and whatever words was exchanged. And the next thing you know, and the actual Asian lady hit the black lady first, and the black lady dragged her. But she only did so much damage because they started coming from wherever they was at in that shop and jumping in the fight. Now the shop was filled in this video with many black people, and the Asians that worked there did not, I mean, they did, I meant to say, jump in. So multiple of them beating this one black lady, including the man that was up in there. But the black people in the shop did not come to the aid of that lady that was getting beat up. And I want to say she had a child with her because I remember somebody's child screaming, and I think it was hers in the video. Now, let me tell you, actual real life example of something I saw. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I saw an actual fight in a beauty supply store between a two black females, but one of them got out the door. They was pulling her. She got away. The other one didn't get. I want to say one got away because I remember them mainly fighting that one, and they was trying to keep the other one from leaving, holding her arm in the door. And the next thing I know, they was just jumping on this one lady. So you'll say, based off the story you told, why didn't you do anything? The difference is, in this case, they had came in this store and stuffed the braiding hair in their pants and their shirts and everything. I just went to get a daggone headband. I'm like, damn, I just wanted to grab a damn headband and keep it pushing. And next thing I know, I'm all the way down the aisle and I'm hearing all this commotion. And they over there trying to keep the lady from getting away. So they got the one lady. They was able to, and they was fighting her together. They was all fighting her. And they got all the hair away from her. They got the hair away from her. And the fight ended up at the door. I want to say they went outside because I just stood there and wait for them to finish fighting. Because like I said, the ladies were stealing from them. So, what am I gonna do? And then once the fight was over, I just left out and left. And I actually never went back to that beauty supply store. I don't know if they called the police or not, because I'm pretty sure the second lady did end up getting away once they got the hair, but they all jumped her at the same time. And in this case, also including the man. Like y'all got to do all of that, and that's how they roll. If you see any of those videos, but I mean, maybe that might not be the best example because, the second one, because those ladies were stealing from them. But, the man could have locked the door, called the police, all the things. No, the man was fighting, the women were fighting, and they was paired. That's how I knew what was going on. 'Cause every time I turn around, they were hair. I'm like, damn, how much hair she has stuffed? Man, she had so much hair stuffed. And it was the braiding hair. I'm like, dude, you stole braiding hair. But anyway, that's what happened. But I just thought that it was extra and unnecessary. So, but y'all, he said Oklahoma, the Black Wall Street example. Mm-hmm. Actually, I just Googled that too. Tulsa Race Massacre. The Tulsa Race Massacre was a 2-day long terrorist massacre perpetrated by a European American, what does it say? Supremacist, okay, that took place in Greenwood District of Tulsa, Oklahoma, US between May 31st and June 1st, 1921. Now, Black Wall Street was the prosperous Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma, built in the early 1900s. It was important because it served as a powerful testament to Black self sufficiency and economic independence, featuring thriving Black owned banks, hotels, cafes, and aviation businesses. Greenwood's success was largely driven by two key factors: forced segregation due to Jim Crow laws. Black residents could not patronize white owned establishments. This sparked an insular, thriving local economy where a single dollar circulated within the community dozens of times before leaving. You see, that's the difference of what doesn't happen now. And that it makes the difference of closing that wealth gap as well. It doesn't stay within the community because the example of the Asian businesses, they come and get and all the rest of them, they get the money and they take it out. You know what I mean? Of the community. It says the oil boom. This was the second factor, the oil boom. The surrounding Oklahoma oil boom helped many Black landowners and entrepreneurs accumulate significant wealth, with significant families even owning private airplanes. Why it matters today. Booker T. Washington famously dubbed the area Negro Wall Street, a name that endures as a symbol of Black affluence, resilience, and ingenuity. Its legacy is also defined by the tragic Tulsa Race Massacre of 1921, during which a European American mob destroyed 35 block district. The devastation wiped out decades of accumulated wealth and displaced 10,000 residents. Y'all, I had seen them cover this. They used to have this little here. I want to say, what was it? So they started this show on TV a few years back, and they were helping families that still had their family homes in Black, formerly known as Black Wall Street area. And some of their homes had needed work and all this other kind of stuff, but there were some homes that made it and they was able to stay in the area. So what they had done was they had did this whole, I don't know what you call it, but I'm gonna just say a episode or two, where they went through the whole history of it with the visuals and all that other kind of stuff. And I was just thinking, ooh, I could have put that in here. Would have been good. Ooh, but I'm not on laptop. It would have been so good to play that. But I really wasn't gonna be on here a whole long time today. Ooh, that would have been good. We might have to do a part two on this. We might have to do a part two on this. And then I can put that in here on my laptop. Because when I tell y'all it was so good and so informative, the people came in because they had built a whole community. I'm talking about you could get anything in the community. Anything you needed that you need now was within the community. You had the hairdressers, you had the whatever supplies you needed, you had the barbers, you had the blacksmiths, you had the what's the word I want to say? Plumbers, electricians, anything, you name it, all within the community, okay, and living amongst one another, schools, all of this within the community, and it was a booming. The visual they had, the cars, they had the fancy dress, they had the everything that you can think of. And from this is saying it happened once, but what I can remember from that, they actually came in twice. It's been a minute because that was a few years ago that I saw that, but I'm pretty sure that they came in twice. They did it the first time, they weren't satisfied, then they came back and finished it. But I'm gonna do a part two on this next time. Next, it's not gonna be today. But I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna do it my laptop where I can add that in, and then we'll get even more information on that. Because I wouldn't just want to do the audio. I want to do the visual. It does it. The audio alone will not do it any justice. Let me see. Was a great example. Mama said, yeah, she said, why can't? Because African Americans cannot get along and pocket watchers. It's a sad truth. It's a sad truth. Crabs in a barrel. No truer words were uttered. Crabs in a barrel. And it's sad. But I also think that's what I really think. It's a learned behavior. And just like you can learn a behavior, you can unlearn a behavior. But it's so deeply embedded, it would take time. And what does it take to unlearn it? Oh no, that's not something I can come up with. It's somebody will though. I really do hope so. Yo yo, that girl is in the building. Hey yo yo, boo, welcome, welcome. Bama said a lot of people don't support small businesses because seems like they don't want to see others be successful. The small businesses, yeah. I mean, sometimes, yeah, yeah. Can you say more on that? Bama, can you elaborate on that? She's speaking of yo-yo. Yeah, yeah. She's yeah. Y'all are speaking to each other. Miss Renee said, look at the theory of Lucy. All human DNA revert to African. Let me look. Let me look this up too. Let me looky. I'm gonna leave this up. Wait, y'all, before I do that, let me look at something. This says, does Black Wall Street still exist? This says the original Black Wall Street located in the Greenwood. Okay, y'all know where that was at and when it was. It says today, while the original architecture and economic empire no longer exists, the area has been revitalized into a proud integrated community featuring Black owned businesses, museums, and cultural centers. I was visiting somewhere and it was gonna be well, it was Black History Month. And I had seen a flyer that this community center in the area was doing a tour of the area, like that kind of stuff. Very interesting to me. So I signed up for, and it was a free tour too. Signed up for the tour, and they got they had a what you call it, bus, the big buses. And what they did was they drove around the area and they showed different things. And what I found interesting is in this particular city, and some of the people that were doing the tour that were at that point employed by this community center had lived there all of their lives. And some of them were older. And so this history that they were speaking to, they had lived through. And they drove and showed like the invisible red line in the city. And then the tour went around the kind of red line where African Americans they were to stay within that. And they knew that if they crossed over one of the streets was a straight race division, they said. Now, they said that there were African Americans on that side and some Hispanic, but pretty much that was it. And if you crossed the other side, you were going to work for a more wealthy family, like, for example, maids and things. And they would get stopped walking if you crossed over that line, them checking to see, to make sure you were going to work or coming from work. And then they went and drove around to different buildings. This used to be that, this used to be that. They had a little mini museum of a business that a lady had owned many years ago, African American woman, and they had made it into basically a museum. They still had the building and show they had all kind of stuff. They had old records in there for ooh we they had everything in there. But it was so interesting to me to see that like actual driving around and looking, and they were closed within this small little space. And then the majority of like the residents within that square, it was like it was a fenced in area that had been turned into something else, but they said it used to be more like the projects. And I'm like you know, the way things have been and the way things also haven't changed to some extent, I don't know. But to see it in real time was just like, and it's funny because as we were riding on this bus, a lot of people was just like, some people were talking about their own experiences too, because they lived through it and they say they do this tour. It was an annual tour. And then others were just really taking it in. Man, it was so interesting. She said, be right back. All right, all right. Sheila Kimbrough is in here. Hey, Sheila, welcome, welcome. Rita Williams said, do you think these designers want us wearing their clothes? Hell no. That is why the prices are so high. They think by us wearing their clothes or bags, the value drops. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was getting ready to look something up because I want to look that up too. What did I say I was about to look up, y'all? Mm, I was going to look up something else. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. Okay, I see it. I see it. So let me see. It is let me see why, because I'm gonna look this up and then I'm gonna look something else up. Expensive, I guess is the word that I'm about to look up. The taking forever to type too. Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. I should just muted y'all. I just had the biggest yawn. Expensive designers have historically faced criticism over the lack of representation, exclusionary practices, and the inappropriate use of Black culture. While designers rarely voice outright bans, the exclusivity luxury brands often leads to a history of mishaps, such as past blackface controversies at Gucci and Prada. Oh yeah, that's right. That have a alienated African Americans. Hold on. Let me see about this text. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay. Um, okay, so I was reading. Oh man, I had to take serious. I'm not like, let me get my focus back. Okay, right. So I was getting ready to say something like even the blackface, because a lot of time, Gucci said, well, we gon' what was it? Not Gucci. I said Gucci because it was the brand was Gucci. Was it 6 months, y'all? Let me see. Ti boycott Gucci. So when, like, for example, the designer Gucci had done the blackface thing, Prada did the blackface thing. It was a commercial from Heineken that had done something along those lines that was so disrespectful, but everybody overlooked it. And then when the Gucci thing came out, then Ti organized the boycott. The boycott of Gucci was from February 2019. Um, Where's the to date? It doesn't say. In February of 2019, it says they rejected Gucci's initial apologies and urged consumers to stop purchasing and wearing Gucci products and to hold Black spending power accountable. That's only half of the story. Ti put a timeline on it. He put a timeline on it, but I can't remember how many months it was. It says the company immediately pulled the offensive baklava sweater from stores and online platforms. What they actually did was acted like they didn't know. Oh wow, come on now. Gucci released statements apologizing for their offensive cause, the offense, and stated the commitment to diversity, their commitment to diversity. And then they launched a Gucci Change Makers initiative, which included a $5 million scholarship program and a dedicated diversity council aimed at increasing representation within the organization. That sounds like a bunch of bullish to me. And this what I'm gonna do. So y'all don't have to look it up in case y'all didn't see that sweater that Gucci had dropped. I'm about to drop it on my community wall. This was the sweater that they dropped when they were like, oops, I didn't know that was offensive. We didn't mean anything by it. It's let me see if I can you do this. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I figured it out. Yes. Okay, there that's what the sweater looked like that Gucci dropped, but they're like, "Oh, we didn't know that was offensive." Come on, man. But it said, I'm so far they just saying February. I thought it was more than a month though that they did it, but it wasn't a long time. It wasn't a long time. It wasn't long enough because it should have been much longer than that. First of all, it's a $900 sweater, and then they said that Ti wore after he organized that in February of 2019. He got caught wearing Gucci in March. Well, of course, because he has a whole lot of a Gucci, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, it probably should have been indefinite because they don't really want, you know, certain they only want certain cultures wearing their products anyway. And I feel like some of this stuff be straight intentional. That's like right in your face disrespect. Hold on, let me do the Prada one. Lightweight, remember the Prada one. But I say this so I can find Prada faced major boycott by the Black community in December of 2018 after releasing a Prada Milia line of fantasy charms that featured dark-skinned monkey figurines with exaggerated red lips. Many consumers and civil rights activists condemned the accessories as racist, anti-black, and reminiscent of Jim Crow era blackface caricatures. After that, Mike Lee and Ti publicly vowed to boycott Prada until the company hired black designers and prioritized inclusivity. Company response: Prada pulled the offending merchandise from stores worldwide and promised to set up a diversity council and pledged to donate proceeds from the products to racial justice organizations. Don't you find it interesting that whenever these companies get called out, including a boycott of Asian businesses, which is the primary topic that they play ignorance. We didn't know. Oh, we'll fix it. It's a NYC settlement. In February of 2020, Prada reached a settlement with the New York City Commission on Human Rights. Under the agreement, the company committed to racial equity, training, hiring, and diversity officers, and establishing scholarships for underrepresented. I love how they say underrepresented groups. What community did you offend? Then that's who you should be targeting, not underrepresented groups, which is a blanket way to throw other people into it. Oh, let me see. Y'all. Let me see if I can't find a picture of this post charm. Let me see. I was gonna say, don't tell me. Oh hell, y'all! I done got so far behind in the chat. Okay, I'm about to catch up. I just kept it right there because I wanted to look at one other thing. Here's the charms. Here's the charms right here. I'll post those real quick. Should have just looked up the other thing real quick so I could keep up with the chat. That's what I'm about to do before I post that because I just didn't want to keep going and then lose sight of the other thing, which was something else I wanted to look up. Mm, What was the name? Where was it? I think I'm looking right over it. Oh, there it is. It. Okay. So there we go. Let me catch up, y'all. B Page is up in here, up in here. Hey, B Page, welcome in. Rita Williams said, "Have you ever read the Willie Lynch Theory book that were implemented?" I haven't actually read the full thing, but you know what? That would be an interesting thing to add into part two. I'm actually gonna do that. Thank you so much for that. Never have, but let me see a summary of it. Okay, yeah, before because I'm putting stuff in my phone so I can get through the chat and then I'm gonna come back to it. We got a few other things, and then I, I'm literally I don't be sticking strongly to my timeline, but I'm gonna do it today. So if we got to come back for another part and another part, it's hard to get it all in one anyway. So that's what we gonna do. Miss Renee, you said, what is the money conversation of the U.S. dollar to other countries? Yeah, well, conversion, that conversation, conversion. It really depends. Because in some cases, theirs is more, and in some cases, ours is more. It just depends. On Europe, in Europe, I believe that I'm pretty sure the euro is worth more versus dollar. Oops. Present, €1 is equivalent to roughly $1.14 or $1.61 Canadian, which is weird because I thought they ran Canada. Interesting. So it depends on the country. Wow. Miss Renee, to you, she said African Americans should have a lock, hair, and nails. Other races are selling products that we use. They don't use those items. All of that, Renee. Miss Renee, all of that. All of that. Because it doesn't even make sense. It should be not only just the selling of it, but the doing of it. Although, has anybody ever been, I want to say the doing of it, but there should be some balance there at least. Because have you ever been into a black nail shop? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that one is better than the other, but you would think that the customer service and everything would be so much better and worlds apart. And that's not exactly the case. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate. But as far as the selling of the products, absolutely. We understand them so much more because we use them. You know what I mean? And heck, some of us, if we even if we made them because we're so creative, we could even make that kind of stuff, and it would probably have less chemicals, or you could have the option, one with the less chemicals that don't last as long, the one with chemicals that last much longer, and all that kind of stuff, all on your own, not backed by those bigger companies, you know? B Page. Roro was speaking to B Page. Y'all speaking. Let me jump through all of this. Get to catch up. She said Black Wall Street was burnt down. Yes. It's sad, ain't it? She said, hello, everyone coming in. I'm listening. I got you over there taking care of the tutu bandit, Bama. She said, what you doing, girl? She said, I am a history buff. I love it. It's so interesting to me too, Miss Renee. Like I be like all in. Jay said, what's good, yo yo? What up, Jay? Welcome in. Go Getter said the answer is no. Black Wall Street is no more. Right. Well, they said, and that's sad because it could be done again. What do y'all think would happen if it was done again in this day and age? What do you think it would be like? Do you think it would thrive and be as prominent as it was back then? Do you think it's even like it could be successful with the way our community is these days? She said, got the baby. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. She said, Bella, don't do my chocolate drop, period. Bama said he got a poor baby on him uncomfortable. Rita Williams said, like the nail shop, what percentage of Asian people have worn their designer nails? And when you walk in the shop, only one has their license pin on the walls, meaning all the texts are not licensed. Bingo, all of that. And think if you're going to be in someone's community, I don't care whose community it is, don't care the ethnicity of the person that runs the business, for the example I'm going to make, percentage, in order for you to even be allowed to lease the building, zoning, owning any of those things, and it's going to be a business, there should be an automatic written agreement that you hire a certain percentage of individuals from within the community. And I'm also not talking about when you walk into the hair supply store and you do have someone from the community working there, but they can't do anything but just stand there and look at you and talk to you and maybe hand you something and not go every place within there, and you never see them in the back and they don't be on the cash register. You see what I'm saying? And let's take that into a money thing too. Come, those kind of businesses can get away with selling you something and never taking a refund. What if you go into, I just like the hair supply store as a good example because I think dry cleaners, that's a bad example. I mean, your stuff might be messed up. You might have a dog in that fight, right? Let's say the hair store. And you buy some flat irons and the flat irons are broken, but there's no refunds. So you do what? You got to deal with the manufacturer. Not cool. Everybody else will give you a refund. You got 15 days, you got 30 days, you got, whatever it is. Or in some cases they'll do an exchange, but you can't get your money back. But they know they can do it because they've been able to get away with it. So find a different way to get stuff. And what do you guys do? Do you go get all your products and stuff from there? Do you order from Amazon, which is kind of almost the same thing? Do you go to other places? Because now they got stuff like um Walmart and places like that be having more kind of products where you don't have to get all of them from like the hair store if you need gel and stuff like that. What do y'all do? She said Lucy theory. Yep, I just looked that one up. I'm about to read that as well. Rita Williams said most designers do not wear their own nails. They will not put that poisonous liquid on their fingers, cause fungus. Exactly. And you know what else? Roll those little whatever them drill things is that they be rolling and taking off that top enamel of your nail. If it was supposed to be gone, it wouldn't grow there. Rita Williams said most of the, oh, I think, is that the same one? Yeah, it is. She said, that is a great history story. that very everyone should be teaching their children and grandchildren, and never let them forget that they have done what they have done to us as a people. Because you have to learn from it. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't know it, you can't learn from it. And also, if the next generations don't know these things, then when things happen, they won't be aware that it's history repeating themselves. And if they know it's history repeating themselves, and then at some point things change, because does it go on like this forever? Do we have to just do boycotts that last temporarily and then things go back to business as usual? You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be that way. Miss Surrender said slave owners that would impregnate their slaves would feed the newborn to the alligators if they didn't need more slaves. Lack of humanity, lack of humanity for a human life that was listed as lower than cattle. Mm-mm-mm. And the dog can come in the house and be anywhere, but the baby gets fed to alligators and things of that nature. Rita Williams said not only that they educated their own children, not only that, they educated their own children. Yep. That's why Black Wall Street was so impactful, because the children were learning very well, like on a different level. Because even like right to this day, in some, if you go to like the inner city versus you go to the suburbs, the throwback books, the outdated books, the used books, the not enough supplies, the all the things. The way, at least I can speak to the way it used to be. I'm sure not much change when it comes to that. And then versus you going in the suburbs, they got the thick books, they got the reading list. You know what I'm saying? It's in the inner city, they're reading whatever they're reading at school, and that's it. And you go to the suburbs or the private school, and they reading the books in school, plus they have assigned reading that's a regular rotation, and then you come up against this one versus that one, and then there's the comprehension and the vocabulary and all the differences that you can see, when it really is because this type of education versus that type of education, one was lacking, and it's all very intentional. You know what I'm saying? But if it's within your own community, not in your community like that, like I'm talking about being ran by, then it comes on a different level, just like that right there, how, you know, back then, how they did their people and kept their slaves uneducated. Maydell said, Mound Bayou, she said Mississippi is a historic city in Bolivar County, famously known as the oldest independent all Black town by formerly enslaved individuals in the United States. I never heard of that before, Maydell. I'm about to look that up right now. Never heard of that before. Have y'all heard of that before? Mound Bayou, OU, Mississippi. Ooh, okay, very good. It's a city in Belvoir County, Mississippi. Population is 1,534 at the 2020 census, which it went down from 2,102 in 2000. It was founded as an independent Black community in 1887 by former slaves led by Isaiah Montgomery. Mound Bayou is a historic city in Belvoir County, Mississippi. Okay, I just read that. It's the same thing. It says it's located along Highway 61 between Clarksdale and Cleveland. For the Mississippi folks out there, it might be familiar to you. Let me see. This one says, okay, it was founded in 1887 by formerly enslaved people. It is the oldest incorporated all Black town in the United States, historically a self sufficient haven with Black owned banks, ooh, schools, hospitals, The town boasts deep civil rights and cultural significance. There's a museum that located in former JFK High School band hall. Museum, they have exhibits, pictures, archives. Okay. And then it says Tabarine Hospital, built in 1942. That's crazy. Was one of the first hospitals in the region to serve Black patients and house Black surgeons. It is a significant stop on the Mississippi Freedom Trail, but that's crazy that it was 1942. Civil Rights Haven. During the Emmett Till trial in 1955, Mount Bayou served as a vital sanctuary. Its Black-owned businesses provided safe lodging, protection for the press, and Till's mother, Mamie Till uh, Mobley. I'm gonna get on my tangent about what happened with that lady who we reported. Boom. So let me leave that. I'm trying to catch up, y'all. I don't know how far behind I am. She said exactly. I know that was probably something I said earlier. She said Tommy Hilfiger didn't make his clothes for African Americans, and he said it too. And all the money that he got off of African Americans, he waited till he made millions and then he want to say something. If you felt that way, you should have said something before. And what's that other lady name? Donna Karen. Donna Karen. Yeah, that was her. He went on Oprah, didn't he? Y'all, I might have to. It's so much to this. Ooh, I might have to keep this going. I thought I was gonna jump on here real quick. Listen, let me look at this real quick. Tommy Hill figure Oprah. Because he went on Oprah, didn't he? He appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show to publicly debunk. Uh, they said he went on the show to debunk the false claim, but I think that I do believe he debunked it, but I do believe that he said it. I remember when he debunked it. I was like, I remember he was on our show, but I don't believe him, so I'm not gonna read that. I just think that the impact. This is what I think. I think that it was true. And then the impact on adverse impact on his finances caused him to make a public disclaimer about the truth slipping out. That's my opinion. So for that reason, I ain't gonna even read what he said. Hey, classy lady, welcome, welcome. Rita Williams said, "We are the original people and the chosen people of Abraham descendants. No other race fit the description. Period." See, lady said, and amen. She said they do the same stuff every several years. That's a bunch of bull. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it how long is it gonna last? When is it gonna change? When is it gonna be just a significant impact that just goes on and on and on to the break of dawn? You know what I'm saying? And then holding them to a standard where they don't think they can just keep on, where history a situation where history repeats itself. Sheila said, "Yes, I heard about Tommy Hilfiger. You see what I'm saying? You see? Do you see? Do you see?" She said, "My point." Hey, Salty Balls, welcome in, Salty. Happy Tuesday. Classy Lady said, "Oh, I made it to the bottom, period." Classy Lady said, "I have never saw them, wait, and wear nails. Oh, it's seeing them wear nails and they don't even use nail polish. Right. Most of the time their nails don't even be polished. Right? In their feet. If when they have sandals on, their feet don't even be polished for the most part because all them chemicals in it. But they'll do your nails under the under the blue light with the shellac. Let me, you know what I'm looking up a bunch of stuff. This is something I almost don't want to look this up. I ain't gonna even lie to you because I like my shellac now. But I know it's horrible for you. And it's, on our skin, but they don't use that same. I don't even know the heck do you spell shellac? Light. Oh, that's the pop. Oh, it's not the Select light. It's the LV LED light. Impact on skin. Been thinking about getting some protective gloves and actually getting my own stuff. Where Nellie Hill the other night was showing us she had ordered stuff. She was gonna start doing her own nails. LED light therapy impacts your skin positively by using different. I'm talking about on. Let me see. Four. Put that in. That's how you spell shellac. Duh, it be on the walls. It triggers a chemical process called something hardening liquid nail polish into durable chip resistant finish. The impact involves two main categories of skin health and application. I just want to see one thing. You could wear sunscreen or fingerless UV blocking gloves. That's what I was thinking about watering before placing your hands in there. So that light is harmful to the skin. I want to say, is your gel manicure safe? They don't. They'll sell it to you in your community and then run off with their own with your funding. Because you would think that with the amount of money they make off of, for example, stuff like that, the amount of money they make off of doing your nails, that they would have those gloves, just like they got them little flip flop things that they put on your feet. You would think they had those kind of gloves, even if the glove is for sale and you just keep using the same glove whenever you come in there. It might not even be everybody gets a pair of gloves. Because, like I said, buy you a pair of gloves, and then if you're gonna keep going in places like that, you know what I'm saying? But of course, things have changed at this point in time. And how long will the change sustain? But prior to that, what about the care of the health and safety? Because even the mask, see some people come in with masks. They work in there. They smell the chemicals or whatever. They got mask on. The customers don't be having masks. There don't be no mask available unless you come in there with a mask on yourself. A classy lady said they don't even use books anymore. They only use computers. I don't understand that. That is the craziest thing that I ever heard of. Exactly. Rita Williams said the government attacked Black Wall Street and did, just like so many other things, unfortunately. Miss Renee, you said right. Miss Renee said, we as a people have never, will never be respected as other races, no matter what we achieve. It's sad. And it is because they make their money mostly, a lot of times, they make their money off of our, and then they don't respect us. And then we do a temporary boycott, and then we go back to giving them all our money, and it's like all is forgiven. But no, it shouldn't be. It should be a finish them boycott. We gonna boycott you until you are stick a fork in you, you are done, and there's no coming back. And we're gonna turn this into wealth gap change. In other words, putting the money in our own communities, no matter how you manage to do that. Rita Williams said, and I ain't gonna say, I can tell you some ideas that I have, but I know it's some political people that and historians and people with a whole lot more knowledge that have definitely some plans and some ideas. Like I was just thinking, I'm like, dang, I haven't watched Dr. Boyce. Let me look him up real quick. I haven't watched him in such a long time. I just used to watch quite. Oh, and I never posted this picture, which I need to post real quick because I'm a see what time it is. Okay, this the other picture. Wait, this the Prada. I could have put was the Gucci. The This was the Prada charm, and this one was the Gucci. $900, 899. They said might as well do 900 sweater, and they got boycotted for a month or so. I say, oh, we'll do more for marginalized people. What kind of crap is that? Mm. He said, why we don't wear our own beautiful hair. Natural hair is beautiful. It praises God when we wear afros or messy afro. Exactly. And it's the hair as it grows out of our roots. You cannot control how your hair grows out of your head. So, what is the difference wearing your own hair the way it grows out of your head? Why not? And if someone, um, you can't see, on my community wall, you might have to click on it because sometimes the way it show up, once you actually click on it, then it'll show the full picture, classy lady. Hopefully it'll show. I can't, especially with the social media space, I can't tell you how many times I've heard people make this statement, and to me, it's cringeworthy. This is just my opinion. I just want to put her head. Listen, y'all know how they say it. I just want to hold her head between my knees and slap some perm in her hair. No, 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 no. Bad, bad, bad. If you want your hair straightened, you don't need all those chemicals. And if you don't want to straighten your hair, it's nothing wrong with natural hair. My opinion. My opinion. Neat, neat, combed. Even if it's a messy afro, but combed, you can tell that it's still maintained, but not chemicals and all the other things. No, 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 no. And I was for the longest time all the things. Ooh, I got to have me a weave. Ooh, I got to have me a perm. Ooh, I got to do my edges. I'm talking about straightening, all the straightening. Natural hair is work. I do wear braids a lot because it's convenient, but I'm also natural. So that even braids with natural takes more work. But natural does take work, but it's worth it because it's the way it grows out of your head. So if people want to change it, that's their business. I believe it's conditioning, but I also think that people need to learn to love their roots. And if something comes out of you a way you can't control it, then I think there is nothing wrong with it. You feel me? And you not liking it is from way, way, way back when. And that comes from that Jim Crow era, you know? And when things like that change and all those little things change, I think a lot of things will change with the mentality. You see what I'm saying? Mm. Yes, I know some of y'all is listening and y'all like, yes, we see what you're saying. Rita Williams said exactly. They fed the alligator for shoes and alligator pocketbooks. Man, man, man. That is ridiculous. But when it comes to an animal, it's the dog now. Be careful with that dog. Be careful with that cat. The cat is precious. Baby. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Dang. Wait, my stomach just growled, y'all. I'm gonna go eat in a minute. He said we have to learn about the it. Yes, and do, because a lot of times we don't know. No, for a fact, I definitely don't. Oh, the irony. What is this on my TV? This is interesting. Hold on, let me see. What am I watching? Oh, I need to press. Something just came up on TV. I'm like, that looked like something. Oh, okay. That is. I think I'll watch that when I get off of here then. Trying to run that back. She said 5,000 in stock for 10 years can possibly earn you 25,000. Ooh wee. But it's something we need to learn about. She said, I can't see okay, right. Let me see. She said, "Oh, okay. The community wall. Yes, yes, yes. Next time, classy lady, I'm gonna come back on my laptop to actually put it like up in here because I want to show. I was gonna do one video, but I just thought about doing two in there next time though. I dropped the pictures on the community wall. It's the Gucci, the sweater that Gucci had dropped, where they act like, "Oopsie, didn't know that was offensive." And also the one that Prada did, and they kind of got off easy. And by kinda, I mean they really did. Oh, look, oh, listen, I mean to do that right there. Let me, oh, you, how do you spell it? Louisvutton, owner, as Louis Vuitton as well. Watch this. I learned this. You know what? I'm doing so many things. What was this? What I was about to do? I was about to look up. Yes. I know he's still going strong. I ain't watched him in forever. Cause when I tell you I was completely subscribed, okay, there we go. Dr. Boyce Watkins. You can learn so much from him. Man, is he a wealth of knowledge. And if you drop in his chat, he will give you information. Because I will tell you, he would be in there from time to time, not much at all, mostly just listened. I would drop in there sometimes when I think it's Dr. Claude Anderson would be on his channel. And so anyway, it was getting close to Christmas and I wanted to get some like educational or growth kind of books for my boys. And so I just dropped in his chat and said that's what I wanted to do as Christmas presents. Could he make any suggestions? This man gave me a list of books. My one of my sons had asked me for one book in particular. And so I thought, one book. I'm like, that's the only book you want? He's like, I just want that book because I really, really, really want to read it, which was I want to say it was Obama's biography. He wanted the book. So I bought that, but I asked Dr. Boyce Watkins for some suggestions. He gave me a list of books. He gave me a list of books. So I ordered the books and gave the boys some additional books. Well, like only one of them asked for a book, but I ordered some of those books because he be talking about economic knowledge, economic growth, historical things. The man is so smart. And you can learn so much. I know I do anyway. She said, I saw them for the first time. Thank you. Oh, you never saw those before, classy lady? Oh, because they made so much controversy when it happened back then, but it was such short-lived. You know what I'm saying? It was so short-lived. Oh, wow. Let me see, let me see. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Yeah. Okay, let me go. I'm gonna go to something else, y'all. I was about to pull that up, and then I was like, you know what? I just realized that what's it gonna say? That I hadn't resubscribed to his channel. Y'all give me just one moment. Okay, y'all, excuse me. I am back. I'm gonna be on here just a little bit. I'm gonna wrap this up. And then I got a couple things I wanted to touch on real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. And so part one gonna parlay into part two. I ain't gonna try to push it. Sometimes it be like that. Miss Renee said Donald Goings is good for boys coming of age 13 on up. Ooh, okay. Nice. Donald Goings. Let me see. It's oh, okay. It says the urban fiction author Donald Goings and his common law wife, Shirley Saylor, were unalived on October 21st, 1974, in a Highland Park, Michigan apartment. Both were found piled multiple times in an unsolved case that remains an enduring mystery. How is it in? 'Cause I guess it's because it's still going on. No, why it's not? That's why. Goings, a former addict who started writing while serving time in prison, was pow 5 times in the living room while the common law wife, well, you could just gonna say wife, was shot. I mean, shit, I was dang, pow 5 times in the kitchen. Their young children were home at the time, but were unharmed because the unalivings were never officially resolved. Rumors and theories have swirled for decades. They had 2 daughters together. The children were 2 and 4 at the time. The book's based on real life events. He's considered the godfather of urban lit or ghetto realism, drew directly from his own struggles with severe white horse addiction, crime, and imprisonment. Having lived the rough street life in Detroit, he utilized his experiences and the people he met, which included PIMPs, D-rug dealers, and hustlers, to craft gritty, authentic stories. His characters and plot were so starkly realistic that the popular theory surrounding his unsolved 1974 murder suggests he may have been unalived in retaliation by real life criminals who recognize themselves in the books. That doesn't make sense. It don't sound right at all, but their theory. Know about that. Okay, let me look at this real quick. So I wanted to Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton. Dr. Boyce Watkins um was talking about who actually owns it because something had happened with people standing in line and everything. They was left outside in a long line. The conditions weren't that great and all that kind of stuff. And he was talking about for the amount of money that y'all gonna get him for those products, you would have thought they would have treated you better. They knew they was gonna show up and line up, and they should have covered stuff out and kind of rolled out the red carpet for people spending so much on like leather goods. But he and Dr. Claude Anderson were having a discussion this particular day, and that is when I particularly learned that Louis Vuitton is not just Louis Vuitton, it's a conglomerate business. Louis Vuitton also owns Moet and Hennessy. Did y'all know that? Did anybody else, were you guys aware about that? The world's largest luxury goods conglomerate. LVMH itself is controlled by the billionaire Arnault family, who holds a majority stake over 50% of the capital and nearly 66% of voting rights in the company. And the thing that blows my mind is the fact that they, as far as Louis, Moet, and Hennessy, look at who popularized their brands and uses it as a flex on one another without being having any parts in the revenue, mostly employment. Have you ever been in one of those stores? Who do you see working there? And what do they do when you go in? You see what I'm saying? And Hennessy, who always got a Hennessy bottle? What culture? But is if they're a $1 billion company, but are they taking some of those billions and putting them in the community? This is just like the Asian thing. Because I did start off talking about the boycott of the Asian businesses, but this conversation, as it segues into this, that's just how it's gonna go. It's gonna turn into something else because it's just the opening door of like this is a pattern. And yes, they're being boycotted, but again, how long will it last? What's the long-term effect? Do we eventually just go back like usual, like everything's cool, and then they go back to business as usual? Because that's usually how it goes. So what difference does it make if that's how it's gonna end? Where's this? Oh, here. And also, it says the French businessman Bernard Arnault is the chairman and CEO of LVMH. Under his leadership, the holding company, listen to this, because I knew it was more companies. I just looked for them to get to it. Manages a massive portfolio of 75 prestigious luxury brands, which includes Christian Dior, Tiffany and Co. Look at the stuff that we be in. Celine, Sephora. Let me see. I need this full list of stuff. Rita said, the difference, segregation, and integration. Segregation, we taught our children, at least our ancestors did. Once integration happened, our children's self-esteem was lowered by our enemies. Yes, yes, yeah, because because of the dealings, the treatment, and all the things that were tolerated. Just listen, this might be a tough one for some, but when I look at history and I hear about things like going into someone's and sitting somewhere demanding that they serve you, I'm like, maybe it's because of the world we live in now and the differences in our mindsets, but I can't imagine it. You know what I mean? Just like if you go to the nail shop and they out of pocket, you might have to get them together, but then after that, don't go back. Don't keep going back to the hair store demanding that they be better. If they don't act right at that hair store, nobody go to that hair store and then figure out how to get your own product. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know that we can always necessarily get them on our own. You know, I know there's some of us that definitely circumvent that, but the point is, you don't have to keep going in places that don't give you the respect that you're due. If it, even if it's to the point of there isn't a full on boycott of the place. So let me see. I'm not trying to do. What did they do? They brought me. I want to see group. I'm trying to get them to give me a list of the businesses. And then I'm gonna wrap up this one because I'm hungry now. I need some food. He said it's like Red Lobster have a black CEO, and who loves seafood, right? But they did it when? They did it when they were in dire need, not before that. Crazy. Craziness. Okay, let me see. Is this all the okay, here we go. It says the log. They have Celine, Paris match. No, I'm gonna do it this way because I don't want to sort through all of that just to get the daggone answer. Give me the doggone list. Maybe I need to click that. That's why Albrand is so rich, because he built and controls the whole LVMH conglomerate, the world's largest luxury goods group. They have highly valued equity stakes in the company, somebody's product, when it doesn't help you or your community. Who originally owned Louis Vuitton was Louis Vuitton, whatever you say it. Elon, okay, because I'm like, it says, is Elon Musk richer than Arnault? No, Bernard Arnault is not Richard. Oh, two wives. That's not what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what's the list of businesses they own, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up for today. As soon as I pull up this list, and I might look at that one more thing, and then it says who's oh, yeah, that's the one. Companies, not wallet. What I should do? I should do it like this. If I do LM company, now let's see if it'll give me a list. There we go. Over 75. They don't they don't want to list them out. Okay. Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, oh, they did say they own Fendi. You see what I'm saying? They own Louis Vuitton and Fendi, Celine, OEWE, Givenchy, Enzo, Berluti, Tiffany and Co, Bulgari, Whore. I mean, okay, all right. Heuer, Blut, Zenith. What is this? Chaumet and Fred. Christian Dior perfume, Guerlain, Benefit, Medic. Get. I think I did actually learn that not too long ago that they actually own Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. Mm-mm-mm. And Mason Francis, Kirk Dijon. See, that's what I'm saying. Because you're thinking, and Rihanna made a whole lot of money off of it. But he's not the top owner because they actually own the brand. Wines and spirits, Moet's, the Don, Hennessy, Dom Perignon, VEUVE, Cut. Know these names, y'all. And then Glen Moraine, Selective Retailing, Sephora, Le Bon Marche, and DFX. Other activities, Rimero. Oh, they own them too. Media outlets like Les Eche. Dang, they got everything. Crazy. She said South Africa diamonds, I believe, are owned by De Beers. Mm-mm-mm. Everything. Rita said, did you know Red Lobster was going bankrupt until the black CEO took over and changed the menu and recipe? Mm-hmm. Yep. And he got rid of the all you can eat shrimp, made him bounce back, and then brought it back. But before that, and you see how things go? It took to be going under to bring him in. Got him in Fortune 500. And to say, here we go. Demala Demalikin, 37 years old, Nigerian born executive and former Goldman Sachs banker who took the helm in August 1924 to lead the iconic seafood chain out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy. He was previously the CEO of PF Chang, interesting, where he became the company's first Black chief executive at age 31 and successfully guided the brand through the COVID 19 pandemic. A Harvard Business School graduate, he stepped into the Red Lobster role with a mandate to establish the brand's finances, overhaul operations, and revive the company's cultural and culinary legacy. You can, okay, they featured them in Vanity Fair. Interesting. And I did hear that he had came from PS Chang. He's serving as a chief exec. Okay, they just spelled it out. I want to know what was the financial turnaround. And I don't want to leave that hanging. He tied the knot. I know that. How much is he worth? $10 million. It's the result of him being an investment banker. Okay, they said which one did he found? He didn't found Red Lobster. He lives in Orlando, they said, but he's originally from the motherland. Okay, they're not saying what I'm looking for them to say. What was the financial turnaround? Financial turnaround. Is growling. His strategy included optimizing the menu, adding $20 lobster rolls, leaning on AI for operational efficiency, and cutting viable leases. There you go. He inherited a brand burdened by 1 billion in debt and the financial fallout of the ultimate endless shrimp promotion. I'm trying to see is what was the financial turnaround? They was under the water. Much surplus are they right now? They phase out unprofitable means, et cetera, et cetera. AI forward, et cetera, et cetera. They focus on guest experience. The number is not here. I'm sure I can find it. I'm gonna have to just make a note. See. 'Cause they is not okay. Let me. How about I do this? They was financially underwater, right? Do it like this. I'm gonna look there we go. Might be a little bit draggy there. So they was underwater. The value is currently estimated around $1 billion. Writing down, hey, wait, that's somebody from other equity saying, as a result, the stakes are valued, showing how far it has fallen. That was it says the valuation has plummeted. I know that was a lot of dead air. I'm reading through this thing like, why can't they give a straight answer? Why is this so difficult? Red Lobster from Darden Restaurants for they bought it for 2.1 billion. The chain was roughly 1 billion in debt. It says turnaround progress. Much, not the CEO. They just keep on talking about reverse this historic net loss. The earlier one said 1 billion. So we're gonna go with that. And then I guess I'll keep on reading it because it's a whole lot of fluff and they not getting straight to the point. And I don't want y'all to keep sitting here while I'm looking through that. So I will come back to that because I feel like I need to read that some more and get to it. Read the list of the companies. We did the Tommy Hilfiger thing. It was something else I wanted to come back to. Okay, and I'm gonna do that. Oh, and then the Lucy all human DNA. No DNA has ever been recovered from the Lucy skeleton because DNA has a life of about uh, 100 years. Organic genetic material degrades rapidly. Currently, technology cannot extract genetic data from fossils over 3 million years old, making Lucy's complete genome unknown, Google says. For a look at the scientific techniques and recent advancements used to study ancient, okay. What I want it to do is this. I want it to tell me this. I want the theory. Oops. Lucy theory. You guys, hold on, let me do this too. And moved it. Okay, there we go. If you guys would like to tip the hostess with the mostest, my cash tag is on the screen. The one you had before, I have a different one. An issue with it. Long story short, save that for another day. There's the cash tag. If you would like to contribute anything to the hostess with the mostest. The Lucy theory, it said, usually refers to the famous 2014 sci-fi. The myth is that humans only use 10%. What? Come on, man. It. We are all related to Lucy, though, and this is a theory, it says, in evolutionary sense, she is more like an ancient great great aunt rather than our direct mother. As a 3.2 million year old skeleton, her species sits at the critical bridge where primates learn to walk upright, serving as a vital branch in the family tree that eventually led to modern humans. However, the evolutionary timeline is highly branched and what is it? Paleo something other else. Paleo anthropologists continue to debate exactly which hominin lineage is our direct ancestor. To learn more, I was going to do that. Lucy was a member of the species. Well, there you go. Because it said who was the first woman on Earth. What did Lucy actually look like? They got the picture of her there. I'm gonna put the pictures. I'm gonna put the picture up. This is what they say Lucy actually looked like. About to put. I'm gonna post that to Rex. Go another one. Let's see where this picture is coming from. Okay, and that's from National Geographic. I use that one. Oh, ew. Right here. I just posted a picture of Lucy. It- Hold on, let me change it. Edit. Lucy. Lucy. There we go. Hold on. National. Oh, I like it better from National Geographic because that was. Ugh, please pop up. Maybe they may not let me. They ain't gonna let me. They ain't gonna let me see it unless I sign in. Here we go. Maybe I can do it. If not, oh, I can do it. They won't let me. I thought that would have been great. Human story begins. It says. Really know the full story, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a pin in it and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna look more into the Lucy theory on the next one. Because if I keep looking, I'm gonna extend this and I've gone over the timeline that I had set. Actually, now that I look at how long, it's been an extra hour. So I'm gonna put a pin in it and then we'll come back to that. She said, got to be careful, our men. This was she. Oh, she said everyone wants to be us. They want our shapes. Ooh, listen, Rita Williams. Okay, let me make sure I did it. Hmm. They want our shapes, big booty, small waist, lips, hips, breasts, and our melanin. And do look at the way the world is going right now. It's craziness. Men got to be careful. Our men. She said, remember to look the theory of Lucy. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to it next time because that National Geographic would have been good, but I ain't gonna hold y'all with all of this. Plus, I went over the time. I thought I was gonna be here, and then on top of it, I'm actually hungry. So I gotta get off here so I can eat without smacking in y'all ear. Miss Renee to you, she said Elon Musk is the richest in the United States, a trillionaire. Yeah, he got money, money. He got money, money, money. So I honestly, you know what's funny, y'all? Let me tell y'all how this. this started. I looked at that video, I looked at the clips or whatever of people showing the Asian businesses closing or having extra days. Um, but they're not in operation, or like I said, the one video, well, just anyway, the videos that show the impact of the situation on the community. I mean, on them, the way the people within the community are responding. And then I was like, I think I'll come on there and talk about that. And it branched off into all these other things, which are really, really great. But I thought I was gonna come on here, me on here, maybe an hour or two, real quick. I went way over, and then be on and off and keep it pushing. But this then turned into some other things, and I got some things to be continued that I didn't get a chance to get to that were mentioned that I want to look more into, but not today. I'm tired, y'all. I want to be. I've been on here way, way, way too much because I really am tired, and I'm not about to be tired tomorrow, y'all. And I need to get some food, so I'm gonna put a pin in it, and I'm gonna come back, and now I know what to title it. So next time I'll give it a better title so we can, if anybody is interested and they want to tap in, then they are very aware that this is a continuation of that. And if you want to see the Lucy, if you want to see the picture of Lucy from National Geographic's website, then I have it there. And I'm gonna actually end up yeah, I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit. This one I don't think you have to click on in order to open it up. So that there is that. Y'all, thanks everybody for tuning in. I do a variety of things. If you were on my last channel, then this is kind of just it's more of the same. I definitely do a variety of content, always adding something or whatever. So sometimes this one type of thing, sometimes it's other type of thing. And so when we come back next time, I also still drop the link if anybody want to hit that link, come up, chime in on the conversation, all those good things. Thanks everybody for listen. Y'all was going in the chat. Y'all was definitely all up in this conversation and helped to expand this to so much more. I'm gonna come back next time. We're gonna get more into the Willie Lynch theory, Black Wall Street, and a few other things. And so that's gonna be the next one. I don't want to say exactly when, because tomorrow, guess what we got? We got Making the Band. Episode one of Making the Band. We got a few of us that's already in the band. Okay, we got Lady B is the choir director of the band. We have Bama Boo in the band. We got Queenie Boo in the band. We got Me Boo in the band. Ah, and the link will be dropped. So if you want to hit that link and show us what you got and see if you can make the band. And then everybody in the chat can vote and say who you want to make the band. And so out of anybody that hits the link tomorrow, y'all get to pick one, and then we'll come back for the next episode the following week. If you audition and they didn't pick you, you can come back again. There's no limit. And then we'll just continue to build the band until I max out the amount of slots and space I have to be in the band on StreamYard. And then what we do from there, I don't know, but it's gonna be way back Wednesday was what it started off as. We was playing music way back Wednesday musical hours. So now it's way back Wednesday making a band, right? So therefore it's gonna be throwback. So also y'all come in with some throwback songs that you want to hear from the band. And y'all know how this band is over here. So to me, it is hilarious. Okay. And I know y'all be cracking up in the chat. So hopefully, y'all still be entertained and very well humored by it all. And so, yeah, there is that's what's coming up over here tomorrow. I know everybody is in a different time zone, so I already have the reminder set. It usually it will tell you what it what time it is in your time zone. That way, if you're looking for what time it is, it'll show you that. So there is that. Miss Renee said, have a good night. And you, same to you, Miss Renee, same to everyone listening. Again, thanks everybody for coming in. Oh, shout out to Lady B. Shout out to Lady B for hitting that link and chiming in on the conversation. Very, very much so appreciated. And everybody, like I said, that chimed in the chat. But y'all, let me wrap this up. My stomach is growling. I'm surprised y'all don't hear my stomach growling. So y'all have a good night. If I don't see y'all in somebody's chat, I'm gonna see y'all back over here. Hope and I pray that your cup is filled, overflowing, and that you are abundantly blessed. Hope and I pray that all good things look your way. And into the meantime, in between time, I'm sending love your way. And until the next time, I'm going to catch you guys on the rebound. I am out of here. Peace.